Hey, hi. Few days before, just couple of days before, my wife said me that Sandeep, how you are so disciplined. How do you do things at the right time and you don't miss? It can be a shooting of this video, or it can be reading a book, or it can be going to gym, or it can be writing my second book, which I am writing. How do you do it? She asked me, and I told her the same, which I'm going to tell you. I follow 3 steps to execute my plans. See, many times what happens is we plan a lot, right? We do a lot of planning, but when it comes to actually perform and do it, we fall flat. We just forget it and we don't do it. I'm going to tell you a 3-step method which will help you, but I'm not saying that it's the world's best method or anything like this, exaggerating. I'm not going to do that, but it will definitely help you. So let us continue and understand what exactly we are going to do. See, understand one thing, why we plan but we don't execute. There are 3 reasons behind this. And first is, it is boring. That is what we think. We think that, well, and this is all thinking, okay? It's all in your head. That is not the reality. The reality is something else actually. Suppose you want to do something, for example, you want to read a book, you want to start to read a book. What do you feel? It's boring. It's going to be boring. Reading a book in English, a lot of new words will be there, and boring people read it, very intelligent people read it. This is not for me. This is what you think. Second reason is, it is scary. Suppose you want to go on a stage and give a talk, you want to give a presentation, you say, oh my god, it is very scary, this is not for me. That's one of the reasons why you don't do it, because in your mind you have painted a picture of you going on the stage, falling flat and getting stuck and frozen due to fear, and everyone is staring at you and people are commenting on you and mocking at you, jeering at you. That is the picture you paint in your mind, but that is not the reality. And third is, it is very difficult. Before doing any task, you think it is very difficult. In reality, you haven't done it. You haven't actually performed that, but this is jump to conclusion. This kind of thinking error is called as jumping to conclusion. You haven't done anything actually, but it is all in your head. And that is preventing you from actually becoming a doer, becoming a executor, which we don't do this. Now I'm going to give you a 3-step very simple process which will really help you to do it. And the 3-step process is where, when, and how. Just follow these 3 steps. Okay, suppose you want to for example, read a book. Okay, I want to start reading. Decide that. When I'm going to read that, I'm going to read a book when I take my coffee in the morning. At that time, I'm going to read my book. I'm going to read at my kitchen table, for example, or at my study table, for example. Now, how? How I'm going to read it? Well, I can read it in mind, or I can read it using audio plus book, which I have told you many times. In this way, I'm going to read it. You can do that. And then see what happens when you have a concrete plan. See, what I'm saying is, if whatever you want to do, you don't have any plan, if you just plan in your head, and if you don't plan on paper, it will not be performed. Try this. As I said before, that this works actually. This has worked for me. You just try and see what happens. But before ending, let me explain you what exactly how our mind works. As I said before in the beginning, that see, watching my video is not going to solve your problems. Your problems will be solved only when you take actions, because action comes first and not motivation. Motivation comes afterwards. Many of us think that I will get motivated and then I will take action. No, motivation creates more dopamine, more adrenaline, more serotonin. More hormones are secreted. This cocktail of hormones is secreted when you take action. Suppose you want to go to gym and you don't feel like going to gym, just wear shoes and start just walking. Just walk, and then you feel that, oh, I'm feeling better. See, understand, before going to gym, you feel very low, stressed, dull. When you come out of gym, how do you feel? Like more energetic. So what? No one feels going in the gym, no one feels reading a book, no one feels like working on your vocabulary or your communication skills. First year to start, when you start, you feel good. When you feel good, you repeat your actions. I repeat again, actions first, then you feel good, then you do more actions. Actions first, then you feel good, then you do more actions. You will never feel good Never. You will always feel bad. You will always feel like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to read. I don't want to go to gym. I don't want to speak in English. I don't want to go on the stage. You will never ever feel like, don't do as you feel. Do as your intelligence tells you. Take actions, and then you will feel motivated. Getting my point? Okay. So next time, take actions first. Take actions. You will feel good, and will feel more good. One caveat, one warning. It may happen that even after this also, you will not be able to perform your plans and be a good executor. Don't label yourself. Don't call yourself as, I am a failure. Don't label. You are not a failure. You failed only in this particular task. Come on, next time again do it. Because if you label yourself, nothing is going to change. You are just going to feel bad and guilty about yourself. So it is better to just forget that, be compassionate with yourself, have empathy for yourself, forgive yourself. And next time, tell yourself, okay, I'm a human being, I haven't done it, I will keep on getting better and better. Last and most important point, listen to me. This is not over, last point. You cannot always be executor. Always, underline the word, because discipline is never consistent. Sometimes it is inconsistent. Sometimes even I miss my plans. Sometimes even yesterday I was supposed to write a book. I was supposed to type a book, but I couldn't do that because of my busy schedule. This does not mean that I'm a slacker. This does not mean that I'm not disciplined. This has nothing to do with that. Got it? So give yourself some freedom. Sometimes you will not do it, and that's fine. Okay? Come on. Go ahead and do it. My best wishes. Bye-bye.